The Energy 36 is an electric meter conceived for every energy follow-up project. It allows decreasing to the max the measurement cost of an electric line due to a very simple and fast setup. Multi-lines counting and wireless communication optimize even more this cost. Energy 36 is a multi-lines meter and analyzer. An Energy 36 is simultaneously measuring either up to 36 uniphase line or up to 12 triphase line or a combination of uniphase and triphase lines. For each electric lines, it measures power as well as active energy, reactive and apparent. It also measures voltage, current, frequency, THD and line microcuts. The Energy 36 has three communication modes: long-range radio communication, wiring Modbus communication, mixed communication with a combining long-range radio transmission and the wired Modbus. In radio communication, an Energy 36 is able to collect measured data by a cluster of 10 Energy 36. Thus, it collects up to 360 measured lines only on one wireless network. We can distinguish up to 8 clusters of 10 Energy 36 with radio communication, so up to 2000 measured electric lines from which we collect data without wiring. Radio communication has 6 km range in clear field, which generally allows a distance of few hundred meters inside a building. This wireless data transmission saves wiring setup between Energy 36 for measured data collection by each device. There is, in this configuration, only the input to wire, which allows to have a very fast setup of meter. According to your project, the whole measured data can be used with any kind of energy management software, a GTB/GTC, or quite simply by a touch-sensitive display screen. You have to your disposal all the instantaneous measures as well as every accumulated measures on a period of 10 minutes. Energy 36 is modular. It can welcome up to 12 measurement boards. Each measurement board is able to measure 3 monophase lines or 1 triphase line. To install a measurement board, you just have to clamp it on its stand. Energy 36 will automatically detect the presence of a board as soon as energizing. It will automatically collect measured data of this new board. Energy 36 is conceived and made in France. It's guaranteed 5 years. To install meters inside an electrical box, it's often complicated to find some place. To avoid obstruction and positioning problem inside electrical box, the Energy 36 is delivered in an independent box, which is waterproof IP66. The box is conceived to have an easier radio transmission. It's delivered with a kit of 4 adaptable attaching lugs. After fastening the box, you have to place the tour for current measurement around the chosen wires. On each current source, you can visualize an arrow which is going from K to L and specifying to you the way the jaw has to be clipped. The direction of the arrow must follow the direction of the meter or the supply source towards the loading load, that is to say the energy consuming. Then you just have to clip the jaw around the wire. You have very few connections. You simply have to connect the jaw and to wire the device supply. For the connection of a jaw on a removable connector, you always have to wire the black wire on the negative connector and the other one on the positive connector. You have to take care that each doors corresponds to the phase A, B and C. Each door is delivered with a 5 meters wire in double covering, which allows to reach without any difficulties some distant marks of the electrical box. For parameterization of doors, you just have to configure the slots corresponding to the used door. The chart given with the device details the whole possible configuration in function of the kind of used door. Energy statistics, lines and voltage measurements are realized by the same wiring. For the voltage measurement, the main board lines wiring shall be realized in function of the configuration which is corresponding to the installation. Either 3-phase with neutral, or 3-phase without neutral, or uniphase. For each of the 3 configurations of voltage measurement, you have to refer to the connecting board provided with the device. Be careful, you imperatively must have a cut-out or an insulation switch before the energy 36 to be able to isolate it and cut off supplying. Following the choice of communication methods, radio or wired Modbus, you'll differently configure each energy 36. In case of a configuration in radio communication, you will first activate the radio communication between the energy 36, just positioning the slot COM RF on the ON. A cluster in radio communication can contain up to 10 energy 36. In this cluster, you will have to choose which energy 36 will collect data of the whole energy 36 of this cluster. This one will be coordinator. Its C/D slot will be placed on the ON. Each energy 36 of this cluster will transmit their data to this coordinator. They will be emitter just in positioning the C/D slot on off. Inside a cluster of energy 36 in radio communication, you also have to give a different number to each energy 36 by the choice of a number between 0 to 9 on the address rotary selector. So you will identify measured data by each device. Measured data are available on permanent addresses which correspond to each number allocated from 0 to 9. Be careful, the energy 36 which collect data, the coordinator, must imperatively have address O on the rotary slot. You can distinguish up to 8 different clusters of 10 energy 36 with a radio communication. Every energy 36 in radio communication, inside the same cluster, have to be configured on the same number. This cluster's number given by the configuration slot cluster number. To distinguish the members of another cluster of energy 36, you will give a different cluster's number. For a configuration in wired Modbus communication, you must define each energy 36 Modbus number on the network. You just have to position the rotary selector address on a number from 1 to 9. Each energy 36 on the same Modbus wired communication network will receive a different Modbus number. You will only remain to wire the wired Modbus connections, respecting polarities positive, negative, ground. If environment needs, you can completely deactivate radio transmission. You just have to put the RF slot COM on off. In this configuration, there is no radio emission. When energizing, energy 36 checks every present measurement board. Due to LEDs, which successively switch on each board, You can simply check that each measurement board is correctly connected and supplied. One LED lights on fixedly to indicate that general supplying of energy 36 is functioning. On each measurement board, as soon as a LED corresponding to a true light on, you can conclude that this one is correctly connected to the wall. These LED lights on when the tower detects a sufficient current crossing. To the start, the energy 36 checks that doors and phases wired on supplying correspond. LEDs are flashing when the system tries to associate them and puts them into order. If the energy 36 doesn't find any solution to put them in order, it will associate by default phase A, B and C with wired tower A, B and C. So the LED will continue to flash. If a solution is fine, the LEDs will be fixed. In the case of a configuration in radio communication, the LED COM-RF is flashing. The number of flash shows the level of radio emission reception from 1 to 9. During Modbus data transmission, the LED lights on.